All right, so you probably know the basics, right? Theme, irony, metaphor, but today we're going to go so much deeper. We are cracking open the author's toolbox to find the really cool stuff, the advanced techniques that take a good story and make it absolutely unforgettable.
You can think of every story as having a kind of secret code. And once you learn to spot these devices, you're not just reading anymore. Nope, you're seeing the hidden architecture, you're getting the deeper messages the author tucked away just for you. So let's start decoding.
First up, we're looking at the grand design. These are the big picture blueprints an author uses to build the entire world of a story. This is where meaning gets baked in right from the very first page.
Okay, first we've got allegory. An allegory is basically a story that's doing double duty. On the surface, you've got a plot, you've got characters, you've got action, but if you peel back that layer, suddenly every single element symbolizes something much bigger, a real-world historical event, a political critique, or even a deep moral argument.
George Orwell's Animal Farm is the classic example of this. It's not really a story about talking animals taking over a farm, right? It's a brilliant, powerful retelling of the Russian Revolution. Each group of animals stands in for a different class or a political figure. The story itself is the code. History is the hidden message.
Next up, archetypes. Now think of these as storytelling's original templates. They are these universal, timeless patterns, the hero, the wise mentor, the epic quest that just resonate with us on a deep level, probably because they've been part of human stories for thousands of years.
And here are some of the most common ones you'll see everywhere. Take Odysseus from the Odyssey. He is the quintessential hero, right? He's brave, he's clever, he's on this huge journey. Authors use these familiar patterns almost like a shortcut because we instantly recognize the character's role in the story.
Okay, so we've seen the big picture. Now let's zoom in. Let's look at the finer details. These are like the author's fingerprints, all those subtle little clues that once you spot them unlock whole new layers of meaning.
So, what exactly is a motif? Well, it's a reoccurring image, or an idea, or even a symbol that an author uses again and again and again. Unlike a symbol you just see once, a motif gets its power from that repetition. It's like a steady drumbeat in the background, constantly reinforcing the story's main theme.
A really powerful example is the motif of blood in Shakespeare's Macbeth. It's everywhere, on their hands, on daggers, in their nightmares, and every time it appears, it serves as this gut punch, this constant, visceral reminder of the character's guilt that they just can't wash away. Now, an allusion is a little different. It's like a subtle nod or a shout-out to another work. It's a quick, passing reference to a famous person, place, or piece of art. It lets the author pack in a ton of meaning without having to spell it all out. It's a little reward for the reader who's paying attention.
And we actually use allusions all the time without even thinking about it. If you call someone a Romeo, everyone instantly knows what you mean. A passionate, maybe a little overly dramatic romantic hero. All things to Shakespeare. It's just incredibly efficient storytelling. Let's move on and explore how authors totally play with our perspective. These next few devices are all about controlling what we see when we see it, and how that manipulation shapes our understanding of the characters and what's happening.
Juxtaposition is really the art of contrast. By putting two opposite things right next to each other, like, say, extreme wealth and grinding poverty, or hope and despair, an author makes the qualities of each one pop. They stand out in super sharp relief.
This famous first line from A Tale of Two Cities is an absolute masterclass in juxtaposition. Right from the get-go, Charles Dickens throws you into a world of extremes. It immediately sets the stage for the novel's huge conflicts and simmering tensions.
A foil character is basically juxtaposition, but applied to people. Their whole job is to be a contrast to the main character, and by doing that, they actually help us see the protagonist's key traits way more clearly.
In the Harry Potter series, Draco Malfoy is the perfect foil to Harry. Think about it. Draco's arrogance just makes Harry's humility stand out more. His prejudice highlights Harry's loyalty and his acceptance of others. Honestly, without his foil, Harry's heroism just wouldn't shine quite so brightly.
Flashbacks solve a huge storytelling problem. How do you give the audience important backstory without just dumping a bunch of information on them? Well, you hit pause on the present action to show a key moment from the past that suddenly makes the current situation make a whole lot more sense.
The Kite Runner uses flashbacks so masterfully to tell this incredible story of guilt and redemption.
The jumps back in time aren't just random memories. They are the painful, essential puzzle pieces that explain why the protagonist is on his quest for atonement in the present day.
Okay, in our final section, we're going to look at how authors really drive home their central message. These devices are all about revealing the why behind the story, the critique, the lesson, the ultimate point of it all.
Satire is basically criticism disguised as a joke. It uses humor, exaggeration, and irony to shine a spotlight on the flaws in society, in politics, or just in human nature. The goal isn't just to make you laugh, it's to make you think. So, in Gulliver's Travels, Jonathan Swift wasn't just writing some wild fantasy adventure, no way. He was using all those bizarre societies that Gulliver visits to satirize the real-world politics and social norms of his time. Satire holds up this kind of distorted mirror to reality to show us just how flawed it really is. Here's a quick but really crucial distinction. Diction is all about the words an author chooses, the how. Theme is about the message they're trying to send, the why. And the two are always deeply connected. For instance, Jane Austen's super formal, proper diction in Pride and Prejudice perfectly reflects the novel's themes of social class and propriety. The way she writes mirrors what she's writing about.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, these literary devices are way more than just fancy terms for a test. They are the keys. They unlock a much deeper understanding and appreciation for the stories you already love. They let you see the incredible craft that goes on behind the magic.
So I'll leave you with this question. Think about a movie you love, or a book you just finished. Can you spot any of these devices at play? Can you see the archetypes, the motifs? And more importantly, what is that story really trying to tell you, just beneath the surface? Go have a look.